Good evening, ma'am, and good evening, classmates. I would like to apologize for not being with you tonight. I am currently in Iloilo. Um, Hindi ko sure ang akong nga internet connection, so I opted for a recorded presentation. So what was assigned to me was the ISO 14001 certification, the benefits and how to go about the application and how to do it. Um, so why is it important for every business to have this ISO? It's very important because for every business to demonstrate their commitment in reducing the impact of environmental activities and achieve associated stakeholders and financial benefits. So there are a lot of benefits in the certification. First would be efficient documentation, important to illustrate the compliance with the regulations. So this is a standard that is supposed to be set at a certain level that is accepted by most industries in the whole world. So the next is demonstrate a commitment to governmental authorities to pursue continual improvement. So it shows when you're into this certification, the ano ko gibla ang sincere ka gid sa imo nga nga business because of all the regulatory compliance that you're already presenting it to them through this ISO certification. Decrease reporting and monitoring requirements, verif- verifies the integrity of the organization's claims because usually in the business there's always marketing. So very important gid nga may ara a third party or other organizations to prove your claims, not only you selling your what you're selling to the public. Deals with the requirement to compete with international market, to compete in international market. So that is why ISO is well ano bala to ginaano gid sa international standards in the industries kay do na set na nila in the worldwide with other organizations and companies and industries na amo na ang level of standards that would pass certain requirements for them to comply nga okay gid niya nga company. So rest assured if you're partnering with an ISO accredited company, do mas kampante kagid nga they are legit gid nga nga company. So explains the company's environmental responsibility also to shareholder groups. So it shows the sincerity of the company. Reduce on-site audits by regulatory agencies. So usually kung ISO accredited ka na, do okay ka na sa mga other regulatory agencies because you're already checked agad ya. So in a certain standard, more than their standards actually. So what are the benefits of ISO 14001 certification? So these are just a few. Improve environmental management. So it reduces your resource use, improve your overall efficiencies. So with that palang, ang efficiency mo really increases. Next is legal compliance. Understand how statutory and regulatory requirements impact your organization and its customers. So amo na siya, it's not just on your business side, nga on the operation side, also on the your customers relations and your market also. Next is also reduced operating cost. So because of all the efficiencies, water usage, waste minimizations, minimal waste, so energy, it really reflects savings on the company's part. Next is improve stakeholder relationships. So when you have this kind of certification, you are regarded as a very, kung ano pa, standard nyo, very high. Hindi ka mo mag-baton sang so-so lang yung output and standards. So it's always there's always an expectation level. So usually partners would really opt for an ISO accredited companies or firms. Next is proven business credentials, okay, because there's an independent verification against globally recognized industry standards speaks volume. So amo na basta na review niya sang other groups ang imo nga ano nga standards, and it's being scrutinized in certain level nga and nakapasa ka sa amo nga scrutiny. I think speaks a lot for your business. So ang sincerity, ang seriousness ang imo service and operations is really evident. Next is ability to win more business. So muna with all this compliance and standards nga you will have a lot of opportunities in terms of business because your standards are well regarded and very good. So another the next is the steps for certification for the ISO 14001. So first step is you have to learn about what is ISO 14001, kung anong ginasudlan. If you have a company and you want it to be accredited, you have to learn about the standards of the ISO 4. Kung kaya, or you need to work on your process and your operations. Also, the next is perform ISO 14001 initial environment review and gap analysis. So they have these tools para at least ma-assess mo ang imo So plan your ISO 14000 project. So and then train your organization on ISO 14001. So everybody in your company really needs to know the standard set. It's not only nga ang inyo lang admin, ang inyo lang yung board ang mapirma for the ISO and would like to present and all. It trickles down to the workers, to the utilities, to the technical, tanan sa operations, even logistics. It's really being scrutinized kung ano na nga aspects ng kada company ang kinahanglan nga iset ang standards. If it's below the standards, it would bring down your scores man sa accreditation nimo. And document your ISO. The next is document your ISO 14001 environmental management system. So amo na siyang medyo matugo kay syempre there's a lot of documentations and reportings and and then implement your environmental management system and conduct business. And then the next is audit your EMS. And then next is registration, audit options. So those are just an overview on how to go about with the ISO 14001 certification. So kung really ang interested talaga kung interested gid ang inyong company or group to be certified with an ISO, here are some tips for selecting an ISO certification consultant. So if is he or she a freelancer, o middleman lang siya, or is it a professionally managed legal organization nga ga focus on ISO certification. So really assess the person that you're talking to, kung base bla sideline niya lang na niya or nakaagi lang siya one time. So amo na, that's why size does matter, kay hindi ni siya madali-dali lang sang isa lang katawo. So if there's a like a team to review all the legal documents, kay para mas maid-id pagid, that's a very good consultant nga gina-choose mo. But if he or she is just like dumidulman lang siya nga kabalo kami ni magkuha kami ni mag do fixer lang bala. So I don't think you're in good hands with those. We should avoid that, and really go with the proper professionals to handle it, kay kanugon man sang inyo nga effort kag time kung ang imo nga standards hindi man amo na nga kag for sure it will be malungkat ginasulihi. Next is how is the track record of your consultant pertaining to ISO certification. So ang una, you do also your checking. Check mo man ang iyang background kung diin ni siya yung industry or kung kapila na siya na pa-certify sa ISO. So you have to check kay kung kaduwa pa lang siya or kaisa pa lang siya pa-certify sa isa company. So I think you have to really be sure man kay imo man nga mga resources and time ang mausikan kung sa tunga-tunga na the process maalang-alang ka mo. Next is, does your consultant have the necessary expertise and experience in your field of industry? O let's say nakahatag na siya ISO certification for 10 times, pero ara siya sa fisheries siya nga I don't know nga industry, tingi mo ya ara kaya sa technical industry. So why there's no alignment of expertise? So I think for some siguro may ara man ma-align, pero layo gid bala, and he would not be a very good consultant to comply your certain standard of your industry. So amo na, it's also very important. Next is, can your consultant understand technical and the business side of your operation? Siyempre, butang tabi is the expert gid. Butang tabi sa power generation ni kadamo-damo na sa planta na pa-certify for ISO certification. Galing ang iyang expertise are on the technical side lang. So why siya problema sa mga electrical mechanical or processes. Ang problem niya lang is how hindi siya kabalo sa business side. So kung ano pa ang piyang ka mangyapon, so your assessment would not be as effective kung ang imo ang consultant also knows the business side man sang imo nga industry kay or imo nga field. Kay if wholly expert sa tuod sa other side, it's either mangita agad yung other partner for him nga ma-understand man ang business side ya sang inyong operations, kay para at least ma-balance lang. Okay, and the next is the consultant. Is the consultant presentable, effective communicator, efficient team worker, and has a good personality? These are very important traits. Is because kung hindi siya effective communicator, how would he explain to you and to your team and to your staff and to your workforce kung ano ang proper and standard? At tapos kung hindi siya team worker, how much more could he present it to other people who are really working on the ground gidya nga i-explain niya na kung paano ginaobra dapat sa industry, kag tapos how could he win, makuha man bala ang loob bala nga mapati gid ang tao nga ti kamo ning tsakto, kamo ning ano, kag hindi ti mag shortcut. So it's very important. It's going to be a long process, and if he doesn't have a good personality, may naway lang ikaw muna. So it's not gonna be a good experience. And the next is number 6. Does the consultant only talk about ISO certification? Amo lang ni ginawa kaya linsang pag meeting nyo siya pag ano ISO certification lang gid. Kung amo man gid na, it's a red flag already. Kay do ga focus lang saya sa certification lang gid, and not on the processes of your business or your company. So it's a red flag na kung amo na ang gina-focus gid ya, ang certification lang, ang papel lang gid ya. Next is discuss with the consultant on the process for the implementation and documentation of your company. Amo na dapat i-discuss gid siya, isa-isahon gid, kay para maintindihan gid ang step by step process, and hindi na malaktawan bla, hindi masapawan ang mga important processes na kinahanglan nga kay for sure pag-assess ang imong nga company by another third party consultants or organizations nga also in your field. So kabalo man na sila kung ano na ang mga flaws, so for sure makita gina nila. So much better nga on the process pa lang kag sa documentation, implementation, dapat ilatag na siya para masolusyonan na tayo. And that's the essence of the certification, is to really improve your efficiency and operations. So that's why your standard should be very high, man. Number 8, does the consultant say that he has a fast way or a template just to fill up some data kag tapos may ISO certification gana? So if that's the case, reject nyo na dayon, okay? Because it's not going to be fast, it's not going to be easy. ISO certification is really very respected in industry standards. So kung gapangita kaya fast way for it nga may i-present ka lang da sa dingding sa inyong kumpanya, I don't think it's going to be kay mas kalain pag na nga nag-certify ka ISO, and then there's something bad happened in your company with the operation. The respect and the trust of the clients and your market manaog na ya instantly. Okay, and next, number 9, does the consultant insist on getting certified by a few certification bodies? So may ara lang siya, diri lang ta sa amoni kay mas dasig na di. So if that's the case, it's also a red flag, man. Much better hindi na ako mag-continue with this consultancy. Kay tungod nga muna is having an easy way out. And lastly, does the consultant suggest forging records and preparing backdated records for ISO audit purpose? So syempre hindi gid kay mga doktor na sang mga you might be able to pull it through, pero kung ano pa masungaw ginagyapon sa ulihi ang kung ano ba ang imo nga ginapang doktor da ginapang malungkat gina by other people. So the honor of your ISO certification and the prestige, kung mahalungkat sa iban nga tao nga gin falsify nyo malang ang inyong mga data and documents, it speaks about the standards that you are setting sa imo company. So basically that's it on my part. Thank you very much for listening, and I won't take up much of your time. Damo pa tayo 100%. Thank you very much.